Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for attending this event. As you well know, back on the 28th of February, this region of the GCC came under a crisis situation with a war developing. However, our team has continued to try to work into the region. Although we have not been able to come here because we got caught outside the country, everybody here was working remotely. Thus, it didn't really affect our business, and we continued to communicate with all our clients and potential clients. We did return on the 31st of March and have immediately gotten to work, as about the same time, companies here also stopped working remotely. Since that time of our arrival, we have already had 6 meetings and are scheduled to have quite a few more coming up over the next couple of weeks. To give you a little background, I'd like to step back and remind you that we only arrived in Doha full-time as a company back in September of 2025. This was a very important time in terms of promoting Gem Team here in Qatar, because it's important, as you probably well know, to be here, to be viewed as a local company, which we are, and to be able to attend meetings on a face-to-face basis. Our focus is a long-term existence and work here in the region and specifically in Qatar. I will say that one of the benefits, if one could call it that, of the crisis has been the realism and by different companies here that what we are offering as the Gem Team platform, as you well know, a secure communications platform, actually has a tremendous amount of value. And even while we were away from here, we were getting phone calls and emails asking us to proceed with demos and testing of the platform. This included telecommunications companies, ministries, and private companies in different areas and different sectors. Why, one might ask, is there a demand now? Well, people are learning that it's very important to have secure communications, to be able to communicate amongst themselves without anybody else having access to it, by being able to send documentation, by being able to reach out by voice and phone without being concerned that somebody may be listening in. Gem Team answers every single one of those questions. I will say that since arrival as well, we have had a tremendous support from government and quasi-government agencies. We were invited to a roundtable sponsored by Invest Qatar, which was attended by several different ministries, as well as the Qatar Investment Authority and Qatar Development Bank. This was a very eye-opening roundtable, first of all, because the people and the companies that attended were companies of global size. We're talking about Microsoft, Google, American Express, Citibank, Huawei from China, and companies of that level from Western Europe and Asia. We were also invited to this event, which shows the fact that this government and the people here have recognized the value that we bring to the table. I will say that one of the interesting things that came out of that roundtable was the disparate forms of communication that have been going on over the last 5 weeks. And people were saying that some uniformity was really, really required. It gave me the opportunity to speak with senior management of Invest Qatar and offer them an opportunity to listen to our proposal on a national communication platform, something that they readily accepted, and we will be meeting with them in short order. One of the other things that was recommended highly was that people who come into this country, whether in the last 12 months or in the last 4 to 5 years, work with a local partner, because this country relies on relationships. This is not a transactional country. This is a relationship country. And I will tell you that we have already recognized that and have several on-the-ground partners with whom we are working. And that has obviously also added value and added depth to our presentations to the different government ministries and public companies. What I'd like to finish with is the fact that we are here. We know that it is a critical time. And if we're not on the ground now, then we will not be viewed as somebody local. Is there some risk involved? Of course there is, but there's risk in anything. The value and the opportunity by far surpasses the risk. But what we need from you is the same level of support that we are giving the company. The company is something that we pride ourselves in working for and working for you as investors. So we appreciate everything you do for us, and keep thinking of us, praying for us, and supporting us in every which way possible. Thank you very much.